women of Abak local government extol leadership style of Gamudemi Emmanuel, celebrate motherly role of wife, Martha. As the private workers mark Labor Day today, head of service commends state governor for being worker-friendly. Plus, Christians in Rio worship in various denominations to appreciate God for the month of April. Details coming up shortly. It's a beautiful Monday morning, the first day of May 2017. Good morning and thank you for joining us for the news at 7. I am Abasi Ubong Gordon. The women of Abak local government area recently rolled out drums to celebrate Gamudemi Emmanuel and wife Martha for their ingenuity in managing the affairs of the state. The event was held at the Government Technical College, Field Abak. The story is here presented.
Clad in their beautiful attires, the women from the 98 villages of the area rendered welcome song, took a march past, and also gave an award of excellence to the governor and wife for their unprecedented strides within 2 years in office. Speaking, Mrs. Martha Emmanuel, who also represented her husband, commended the organizers of the program for the honor done them, which she said will spur them to work even harder. She thanked the Deputy Governor, Mr. Moses Ekpo, other political stakeholders of Abak for supporting the women in their strides and to celebrate their day, adding that such gesture has motivated the women and brought them under one umbrella of love, unity, and progress. The governor's wife used the occasion to empower a cross-section of women from the 98 villages of Abak with cash gifts for business, charging them to multiply the seed soon.
We have come together today to appreciate the government of the day, who is your son-in-law. And the youth also, I want to encourage you youth, be steadfast. Know that your governor, your son-in-law, is planning how to make sure that the youth of this state have something to do.
The Deputy Governor, Mr. Moses Ekpo, in his remark described the celebration as homecoming for the governor's wife and thanked women for organizing the event, saying the Udom administration has done well for the women of the area. Mr. Ekpo declared that in 2019, the women and the entire people of Abak will file out in large numbers to return the governor for a second term in office.
Because you've touched their lives. You've touched the fulcrum of their lives. And they sort of have risen up. Madam, we thank you very sincerely.
Dr. Valerie Obot, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, who chaired the occasion, said the women came together to celebrate the mother of the state for her motherly love to the women. She posited that Mrs. Emmanuel empowerment programs, housing and health interventions to the susceptible in the society, despite the economic crunch, is unparalleled, adding that Abak women will always remain united in their support to the present administration. The chairperson of the Central Planning Committee for the event and wife of the former Commissioner for Information and Communications, Mrs. Maureen Umana, noted that the objective of the event was to celebrate their daughter, Mrs. Martha Emmanuel, and their son-in-law, who is a worthy ambassador of the Abak people. Goodwill messages from political stakeholders of Abak, including the member representing Abak in the State House of Assembly, Honorable Friday Iwok, the chairman, Abak Local Government Transition Committee, Dr. Emmanuel Udosen, and former Commissioner for Information and Communications, Elder Aniekan Umana, all commended the governor for his giant developmental strides in Abak and across the state. They pledged their unwavering support and loyalty to the governor and wife beyond 2019.
Excellency, the people of Abak local government area, the women have spoken. The law, they say facts are secret. And you may read it. I could even take a law. in their numbers from the interior villages of our local government area, everyone that they are back at the for PDP.
What we came here to do today is to appreciate His Excellency the Governor of Akwa Ibom State for the good work he's done in a very short time. Governor of Akwa Ibom State has a promise. Local government by local government. As someone young one to do, and the government will judge your percentage. The will judge this wiser. How can 50%?
The event also featured cultural displays by the women of the area.
The head of the civil service of Akwa Ibom State, Mrs. Ekarabamakman, has felicitated workers in the state on the occasion of the 2017 Workers' Day. In a goodwill message to mark the event, the head of civil service described the 2017 theme of the celebration, labor relations in economic recession and appraisal, as apt and relevant. She said that workers are in the vanguard of advancing the cause of development of the state and nation, explaining that the working class, in their quest for socio-economic revival, have toiled and labored to uplift the nation to global relevance. The head of the service lamented that problems of corruption, greed, materialism, ethnicity, religious intolerance, terrorism, and other forms of insecurity, among other vices, seem to frustrate the efforts of workers at building capacity for maximum impact. Mrs. Ekarabamakman assured that there is still hope if workers join hands and rise to the fight in God and work hard to ensure maximum impact of the state and nation. Meanwhile, the head of civil service, Mrs. Ekarabamakman, has, on behalf of the entire Akwa Ibom workers, appreciated the worker-friendly governor, Mr. Emmanuel, for his cordial labor relations, especially in this period of economic recession, as evidenced in the regular payment of salaries, pensions, and recommencement of payment of gratuity. She charged workers not to relent in their support and cooperation with the present administration to enable it to do more for the workers and the entire people of Akwa Ibom State. The head of service wishes the workers a successful Workers' Day celebration and praise for improved economy and the good health of workers. As workers the world over brace to celebrate the 2017 International Workers' Day, there is a need to take stock and make projections for the actualization of better welfare for employees. The celebration, which dates back to 1886, has gone through various levels of metamorphosis to a generally accepted event, and in Akwa Ibom, workers are upbeat as they position for a rewarding year. Samuel Ayara takes us back to the history of this celebration.
International Workers' Day, celebrated in some countries as Labour Day, is celebration by the international labour movement, socialist, communist and anarchist, and holds every year on May 1. The May 1 date was chosen by the Second International, a pan-national organization of the socialist and communist political parties, to commemorate the Haymarket Affair, which occurred in Chicago on May 4, 1886. The history of the Haymarket Affair in Chicago is that of an attempt by the police to repress and disperse a public assembly during a general strike for the 8-hour workday, where an unidentified person threw a bomb at the police, with the police responding by firing and killing 4 demonstrators. During the Cold War, May Day became the occasion for large military parade in Red Square by the Soviet Union and attended by top leaders of the Kremlin, especially the Politburo, atop Lenin's mausoleum, which became an enduring symbol of that period. In Nigeria, workers converged to commemorate the holiday and for decades have had the President, Nigeria Labour Congress, address workers, taking stock of their programs and activities for the past year while making projection for the year to come. It avails government and employers the benefit of addressing grey areas and making amends on programs and policies that are considered stifling to the workers and the workspace. May Day provides an avenue of interaction among workers who meet and compare notes on progress and breakthroughs recorded in their workplace, presenting an avenue for social interaction and peer review. Workers in Akwa Ibom have over the years enjoyed the benefit of responsive governance, where every May Day leaves them with lesser workplace encumbrances, since successive governments have positioned to build a healthy and crisis-free workforce in the state. This year's celebration, which has as theme labor relations in economic recession and appraisal, will unarguably address the prospects and promise of Nigeria's survival from her current economic woes. As workers file out to celebrate the 2017 May Day, the persuasion is unmistaken that something good is in the offing for the teeming workforce in the state. From Samuel Ayara, Happy Workers' Day.
You're still watching AKBC TV News with Abasi Ubong Gordon. We will be back right after this short break. Do stay with us.
This land of mine, Nigeria, on my mind.
Come 29th May 2017, Nigerians at home and abroad will roll out drums to celebrate the 18th year of uninterrupted democracy in the country. To mark the anniversary in a grand style, Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation AKBC has designed programs to make the event memorable. Democracy Salutation 2017 is a platform to send goodwill messages to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Dom Emmanuel, the Speaker, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, the Chief Judge of Akwa Ibom State, and Nigerians in general. These avenues also afford government ministries, local government councils, religious organizations, corporate bodies, groups, and individuals the opportunity of advertising their businesses. Democracy Salutation 2017 will be aired on radio and television on 29th May with a repeat on 31st May 2017. For participation, visit AKBC Corporate Headquarters, 3 Udodama Avenue. You will call 0708 826 4365, 0803 508 3452, 0802 357 9168. Democracy Salutation 2017 for the love of Nigeria. Management announcer.
It's so good to have you back with us. Praise, worship, and thanksgiving are prerequisites for successful welfare as well as stepping stones to deliverance. For open heavens, favor, and bountiful blessings, thanksgiving is the determinant. This will contain in a sermon delivered by Pastor Akiola, the visiting regional overseer of Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries, Idoro Road, Uyo, during Sunday service. Pastor Akiola, who titled his message, The Mystery of Thanksgiving, admonished Christians to praise, worship, and thank God always, even in the face of affliction, depression, and hardship. Like one out of the 10 lepers who received their healing as recorded in the Bible, Pastor Akiola said God appreciates a grateful heart. Our correspondent, Etieno Ibanga, visited other churches in Uyo metropolis and filed in the following reports.
That was the mood of service as worshippers at Kwaibo Church number 2 Olusegun Obasanjo Uyo rendered praise to God for His faithfulness, love, care, and protection upon them and the society. The last Sunday of April was also an avenue for Christians to rededicate themselves to God and pray for divine protection, provision, and promotion in the months ahead. Preaching on the theme, A New and Good Report, the assistant pastor of the church, Pastor Andres Orok, said that there is no situation that God cannot change, assuring that God is in the business of changing negative reports to positive. He advised Nigerians to always strive and maintain good reports, no matter the situation they encounter. Pastor Orok, who described good reports as an evidence of having faith in God, assured Christians that God is able to do a new thing.
In Isaiah chapter 43 verse 19, God says that He shall do a new thing. And today, God is ready and willing to do a new thing for you. May that be your portion in the name of Jesus.
at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Divine Connection area, Ibom Plaza, guest minister Pastor Abraham Ajibola, who preached on the theme, Redemption of the Firstborn, said that God expects the firstborn to take a place of honor, dignity, strength, and beauty in their families. Pastor Ajibola noted that there is always a battle over the firstborn, and such battle either have positive or negative influence on their lives.
God intended that the firstborn should be the priest of the family. He's supposed to be the heir to the throne. He's supposed to be the head, and he's supposed to be the point man.
The General Overseer of Eagles Life Ministries, number 11 Urekwa Road, Uyo, Evangelist Tony Etu, who anchored his sermon on the topic, "The rejected shall be celebrated," said, when God intervenes in the business of an individual, there must be bountiful celebration. Evangelist Etu stressed the need for Christians to be humble, be of good character, and keep godly companion to attract divine blessings. He specifically charged women to live up to their responsibilities of managing their homes and assisting their husbands to achieve results, adding that women have a crucial role to play in their families, church, and the nation.
When you dress is the way people will address you, whether you are married or single, as long as you are a child of God, you must dress the way people will address you.
Reporting.
The electricity metering factory set up by the state government is to ensure that customers only pay for the power they consume. It is also intended to put to rest the issue of estimated billing, which has been a source of conflict with customers. The chairman, Ibom Power Company, Engineer Etidoyan, disclosed that he went inspecting facilities at Emerepan Avenue, Rio, and Afaobetan substations. The story is here presented.
Engineer Yang, who assured that adequate power will be generated in the state, emphasized that the board will embark on sensitizing consumers on the need to pay for power consumed. The company's board, he said, is adopting what he called community-driven security to guard against vandalizing transformers in communities. This effort is stressed that to enable the state government to actualize the vision of industrializing the state. According to Engineer Yang, the four cities of Uyo, Ikorabasi, Ikorekbene, and are to have their power facilities strengthened.
Of course, we have set targets to be able to meet His Excellency's vision, and part of what we discussed was that power retention in Akwa Ibom State should be paramount, because we want the industrialization vision of His Excellency to come to fruition within months, and it's part of our mandate as the board of Ibom Power, to give power and attract industrialists to come in here. And of course, His Excellency, in meeting up his own obligation of meeting up power requirements in 4 cities, Uyo, Ikorobasi, Eket, and Ikorebene, it shows that it's working assiduously. This is almost 90% completed, in terms of the 2x15 MVA substation.
He said that 2x15 MVA substation, the Long-Kedekwan Avenue, has 6 feeders to supply power to the adjoining axis of Osongoma, a with housing estate, Ngwangiba, and Shelter Afrique estate with 24 megawatts. At the Afagube substation, the board chairman noted that the 30 kVA station was supplying power to Itu and other areas, adding that the state government was working in tandem with other power agencies to overcome challenges. The board chairman said he was impressed with the level of work at the substation, pointing out that the 330 kVA line supplying power to Calabar across River State has been connected. On supply of gas to the Ibom power plant, Engineer Yang stated that his board has had discussions with gas producers to provide uninterrupted supply of power.
These is a consensus effort done by His Excellency to ensure steady power in the city. So what we have seen here, we came as a complete board to see the work done, as briefed by both the MD and the PHEDC, and we are very much impressed with the level of work done. Very soon this job, the remaining 10% will be completed. But most importantly, we must thank His Excellency. Even at recession, he is driving his industrialization vision of ensuring that the power for the people, the power for the industry.
The state chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Mr. Patrick Albert, has pledged his union's readiness to partner the government to ensure a smooth registration and collection of the permanent voters card of the grassroots. Mr. Albert made the pledge while playing host to the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, at the Press Center. The report is here presented.
The NUJ chairman noted that the press will help create awareness through quality reportage, which will enhance the registration and collection of PVC by the masses, while assuring the local government chairman of the efforts of journalists in providing quality reportage to the populace. Mr. Albert said the press will continue to be focused in the delivery of its core responsibility. He commended ALGON for the visit, assuring them of the union's partnership.
Generally, being very important in the making of an egalitarian society must be brought in building the society more effectively.
Earlier, the chairman of ALGON, Mr. Frank Achibong, had intimated the NUJ chairman that they need to partner the press to help mobilize the grassroots to register and obtain the permanent voters card to enable them to vote, informed the visit.
Development should be everybody's business, and for us to have this kind of wonderful edifice here, I think it underscores a lot. It shows how organizing NUJ in a tribal state is.
The delegation was later conducted round facilities at the press center.
The Akwa Ibom State Councils of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and Trade Union Congress, TUC, will join their counterparts, the world over, to celebrate 2017 International Workers' Day, also known as May Day, today, Monday, May 1, 2017. The theme of the celebration is labor relations in economic recession and appraisal. The May Day celebration, according to a release jointly endorsed by the NLC chairperson of the state, Mr. Etemopong, and his TUC counterpart, Mr. Akambawa, indicates that there will be a rally on Monday, 1st May, which will have the state governor, Mr. Udumi Manuel, as the chief guest of honor. The release invites the wife of the governor, Mrs. Martha Emmanuel, the deputy governor, Mr. Moses Ekpo, the speaker at Commonwealth House of Assembly, Mr. Onofiot Luke, deputy speaker, Princess Felicia Barsi, and members of the Commonwealth House of Assembly, the acting Chief Judge, Justice Godwin Abraham, the Secretary to the State Government, Sir Etekamba Umoren, the Head of Civil Service, Mrs. Ekarabamakwan, and the Honorary Special Advisor on Labor, Comrade Unyime Usoro, to attend both events. Members of the State Executive Council, Permanent Secretaries, and heads of extra-ministerial departments, the Commissioner of Police, Akwa Ibom State, the State Director, Directorate of State Services, the Commandant, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and the Akwa Ibom State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps are also invited. Others invited to the May Day rally are directors, management and chief executives of the organized private sector, and other employers of labor, including the leaders of the informal sector in the state. Also invited, according to release, are the members of the State Executive Council of NLC and TUC, the leadership of NLC and TUC Women Committee, Youth Committee, National Station of Labor Veterans, Labor Leaders Wives Association, civil society organizations, students, professional groups, and the entire workers of Akwa Ibom State attend the events. And that's all we have for you in the news this morning. But just before we go, the recap. Abak women from the 98 villages of the local government area have celebrated their day with a colorful march past and cultural display. The event, which was graced by the wife of the governor, Mrs. Martha Udumi Emmanuel, was also attended by the deputy governor, Mr. Moses April. The women honored the governor and wife through their achievements and pledged to support them beyond 2019. We also brought you a report that the Akwa Ibom State women are set to mark the 2017 May Day. The celebration will feature a rally by the workforce as it has its theme labor relations in economic recession and appraisal. That's the news. Remember, you can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC5th April or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 4-5. And from me, Abasi Ubon Gordon, thanks for watching and do have a very lovely day. Bye-bye.